That's quite big. Impressive. Ooh, that's kind of small. Yikes.
That's a great That was my mentality. I had that mindset. We just lost our engine. And okay, your response was just okay. And we continued down. And I was like, you can see my hands too. It's like, you're like, wait, what? Oh, that's good. I remember what I was thinking was like, okay, we're still doing our turn, so he just wants me to turn tighter and come down faster or something. I didn't realize you were doing like an emergency landing right there. So I was just like, okay, yeah, we'll just keep to be fair, pulling out the power was like doing nothing, basically, because we're already 1800 RPM, so that is fair. Do you have to do full engine restarts? What's up? Do you have to do like a full engine restart in like your CFI? Like, will they turn off the magnetos on you and then say, all right, restart it? Or is that considered unsafe? It's never happened to me. I don't think they do that at all. I feel like I've like heard of a couple people doing that, but I don't know if it's true or not. Like, some people might just be talking, maybe, but I've never done it. I don't think I'd feel comfortable. I would. Turning off the propeller mid-flight, you know. Seems like a really bad idea. It just feels like unnecessary. I get that. I get like the excuse might be like, oh, we're trying to like feel how the propeller is slowing us down because the wind has to pass through it and spin it basically because it's off.
Visual approaching you.
So it causes more drag.
Runway 13,
right.
Runway 22. Advise on which contact your latest information, Foxtrot. Your tower information, Foxtrot 2054 Zulu, wind calm, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 26, 2.4, altimeter 2992. Visual approaching use, landing and departing, runway 13, runway 22. Advise on which contact your latest information, Foxtrot.
Got it all first try. Nice.
Your tower information, Foxtrot 2054 Zulu, wind calm, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 26, 2.4, altimeter 2992. Visual approaching use, landing and departing.
Awesome. Information Foxtrot 20054 Zulu, calm, visibility 10, cleared, temperature 26, 2.4, altimeter 2992. 2992. Expect runway 13 or 22. We're probably going to take runway 22. Okay. Clear off this. Okie dokie. So, avionics on, we've got our ATIS, altimeter is set, that is set. We'll get our clearance delivery. So we're going to ask them direct to Tree Mike Yankee. VFR, should no flight following or with flight following, or does it really matter? Why would we use flight following? When we want tower to, or not tower, we want St. Louis approach to basically direct us on where to go and keep an eye on us. And we want them to pay attention to us. We want to be talking to them. We want them to watch us. Do you feel like we need them to watch us to go to Mount Holly? No, because if we breach that airspace, I don't want them watching us when we do. We're not going to be breaching any airspaces. I'm going to make sure of that. 2,000 feet. But the answer is we don't need that. Now on our flight to Chicago that I keep hinting at, we're probably going to want that. Yeah. Not probably. We're gonna have it. It makes going into Chicago so much easier, and so we will be getting flight following. As far as other flights, it's kind of up to our discretion. We got flight following when we flew down to Springfield. So it's nice to have because it's an added safety feature, and when we're flying, we always want added safety features. I'm a big fan of safety, actually. It's one of my #1 priorities. I like to say one of my #1 priorities because number one, because my #1 priority is safety, and then I guess it's my only #1 priority. But I was like, what could I throw up there with safety? And then I was like, I don't think anything tops safety or is comparable to it. Please. All right, so we're going to contact Period Claims Delivery. We'll be say
PRA clearance delivery, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, student pilot with information Foxtrot, requesting VFR direct to Tree Mike Yankee today.
Okay.
Tree Mike Yankee. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna write that here. 3 Mike. I mean, I can do the. I don't know why they don't teach me the craft designation with VFR. It just seems like a way easier way to get clearance. And
what's that?
Why don't they just teach craft for VFR? Why does it only have to be for VFR?
That is interesting, isn't it? I didn't even know what craft was until VFR. So feel free to use it if you want. I mean, 100%. It's a great tool. Normally used in IFR flight for getting your clearance, but if that helps you, man, use it. Use craft.
Actually, I think what I'm going to start doing is I'm just going to start pre-writing my... Let me try something. So, we are... pure clearance delivery. Skyhawk 5364 Alpha with information Foxtrot requesting VFR direct to Tree Mike Yankee today. Yeah, okay. Maybe that'll make it easier, I don't know. PRA clearance delivery, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha with information Foxtrot, student pilot requesting VFR direct to Tree Mike Yankee today.
Squawk 5364 Alpha, PO, your clearance, maintain VFR at or below 5,000. Squawk 102, disregard, stand by.
Standing by 64 Alpha.
Good call. Good call.
Squawk 0, maintain VFR at or below 5,000. Squawk 0241.
Squawk 0241 at or below 5,000 feet, 64 Alpha.
Squawk 64 Alpha, replay correct.
0241.
I forgot to say this when we were outside the airplane prepping, but when we get transferred over from them, we will squawk VFR.
Okay.
Which is what?
1200.
Good.
But we'll just press squawk VFR and that'll...
Of course. Okay.
Okie dokie. So we go to...
I feel like a passenger princess at this point.
121.85, we're on with ground.
Need like a phone mount, watch some anime right here. Okay, great.
We're still...
5187, pure clearance clear to the Charlotte Douglas Airport as followed. Maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 31010
IFR.
for departure. Departure frequency 125.8. Squawk 2123.
How much do you think you understand out of all of it?
I understood all of it. Why is he doing that on ground?
Because ground is the other one that they also use. Notice how we didn't hear him call?
Okay.
So he's monitoring two frequencies.
5187, you bet correct.
See how he read it back and we didn't hear it?
Yeah.
So if you listen to the clearance one, he would be talking on clearance, but he's talking on both frequencies basically, if that makes sense.
Right. So yeah, it's craft is if I remember correctly, it's your craft, so this would be like Skyhawk, and then that would be your route.
No. So craft is, so the C is clearance.
Oh, clearance.
So it would be like cleared to the Springfield Airport, Sierra, Papa, Indigo, via
route.
direct to, or basically telling you how you get there.
Altitude and then frequency, so they'll like 128.8 or whatever the frequency is, and then what was T? Hold on.
Come on, that's an easy one. You got it.
Hold on.
Hey, you got it.
It was clearance, route, altitude, frequency.
What are you missing on it?
I feel like it's supposed to be squawk. But I
What's the other word for the squawk?
Transmit?
Transponder.
Transponder. Thank you.
Transponder.
I couldn't think of the word for it. I was like, what's this?
That's fair enough.
Squawk doesn't rhyme with T.
That's good. we say squawk over and over again. It is the transponder.
Transponder code, yeah.
You know, honestly, I don't know why we call it a squawk code. I can't remember. I don't know. Maybe it's an acronym. It's just what I've always heard.
All right, so we're gonna ask.
I'll ask Grok AI real quick. Let's see here. Why is a?
I'm gonna contact.
Go ahead.
Peoria Ground, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha at Byerly Aviation requesting taxi to runway 22 via intersection Alpha 4 departure, if able.
Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, Peoria Ground, runway 22 at Alpha 4 intersection departure. Taxi via Alpha 4.
Taxi via Alpha 4, 64 Alpha.
Skyhawk 64 Alpha, new weather pending, wind calm, altimeter 29091.
29091, 64 Alpha.
Good call. Good call. Okay, this is actually really interesting. So the reason it's called a squawk, okay, according to Grok, so it's an AI, so maybe it's wrong, but according to what it's saying, okay, back in World War II, they had their identification, which is when this was invented. I don't know if you knew that, but this was invented back in World War II. And basically, people would, the system was codenamed Parrot, apparently. And basically, when you identified yourself with the numbers, it was the parrot squawking. And so it's called a squawk code.
Interesting.
That is interesting, actually. Okay. So you learned, hey, people on the YouTube, you just learned something, I learned something, you learned something.
Possibly incorrect information from...
Possibly incorrect information, but that actually does sound familiar from when I was down with ATP or whatever. That's what we talked about with it when I brought up the same question. But very interesting. This was historical learning time with Gavin, the flight instructor.
Alright, let's do our brake test.
Good.
I'm gonna probably end up doing just going to the left and going that way, but let's go ahead and brake test. Brakes are good. Would you like to do your brake test?
I would.
Go for it.
And we're doing Alpha 4, correct?
Controls. Alpha 4.
I have controls. You have the controls?
I have the controls. We're going to do our turn coordinator test. We're also going to fix our turn compass. We'll make sure that's a good... This one really likes to move around as we taxi, so I'll keep an eye on it.
Okay.
Alright, let's get schmoving. Turn coordinator is turning the left, balls in the opposite direction. The right in a second. Going downhill, so let's watch our wingtips. And going nice and slow.
Good, good.
Let's not hit the very expensive private passenger jet, because that would be generational debt for everyone.
I would prefer that.
So I'm going to give some nice wide berth to this guy. I keep going this way. Clear to the left, clear to the right, clear straight ahead. Before we go up through Alpha 4, I'm going to do our right turn coordinator. We are turning and the ball is going in the opposite direction, so turn coordinator is good. And our compass is still on, so we're going to go ahead and head for Alpha 4.
All right.
Windsock is super calm, not even... Wow, that's actually the calmest I've ever seen it.
That is normally what happens when you are looking at calm winds. You look at the smoke and it is going straight up.
Bouncy. Clear to the left, clear to the right, clear straight ahead.
I love these call-outs. Fantastic. We're looking for traffic. Fantastic.
And I feel like this one's really close to the marker that we got to do our run-up on. But that's okay. Probably should have leaned this out just a little bit. That was my... Okay, I think we're clear, so we'll come to a stop. We'll do our run-up test. Go ahead and turn off our brakes set, fuel set to both. Trim set to takeoff. Trim is on takeoff. Flight controls. All the way up. All the way down. All the way to there. All the way to there. All good there. Oops, sorry. He is up. Down. He is down. He is up. Awesome. Perfect. Controls are good. Let's see our lights. Good. Instruments. And he's good. Still no fuel flow. We'll do that run there in the rut up. Good, good. Vacuum, amp volts, good. All the instruments are working. Mixture best power. Go 1800 RPM. 1800 RPM. Mag left. Drop, good. Comes back up. Mag right. Drop, good. Back to both. We have some fuel flow now. That's good. We're going to check our oil temperature is good. Pressure is good. We're going to do our idle check. Idle's good. Oh, actually. Low vacuum.
And why do we have flow vacuum?
Because we're at idle.
Yeah.
Head up to 1,000. Mixture. We'll keep that there. And then we're good for takeoff. So now we're going to contact Peoria Tower. Before we do that, I'm going to make sure you're on Unicom there. And then I'm going to change this one back to ATIS. Okay, sweet. Actually, let's check ATIS before we go.
Foxtrot.
Still Foxtrot, okay.
So, what runway are we planning on using here?
Probably runway 36, since that's on the way and the winds are calm and
Okay.
we
So,
have a choice.
something interesting about the Mount Holly runway is this side here, right here, is uphill.
Okay.
Like it goes up. So when looking at the horizon, right, look at the end of the runway while we're sinking, keep that in mind, right? It's going to look like we're higher or lower than we normally are because it's basically sloped. Okay.
Okay.
It's 4,000 feet. Plenty of room for us. So we will just aim for just past the numbers, basically, and we'll do everything else with 1,000 footers, okay?
Okay.
All right. So we're going to plan on 3.6, but if someone's using the other runway, we will then swap to with that runway, basically.
Okay.
Even if the wind is going the other way. That's non-towered airports for you.
Heading bug just a little bit. Doors and window, your door's locked, window's closed.
I'm good.
Landing light on, taxi light off. Strobes as required, strobe is on, nav is on. And we're clear for takeoff. Well, we're not cleared for takeoff, we are clear for takeoff.
Yeah, I was like, huh? What?
124.0, 124.0, com 1.
Make sure we keep the comm 2 off here.
Okay.
That way we can really focus on the tower.
Okay. Alright. Peoria Tower, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, student pilot with information, Foxtrot, holding short at runway 22 at Alpha 4 intersection, ready for departure.
Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, Peoria Tower, turn right direct Mount Holly, runway 22 at Alpha 4, cleared for takeoff.
Turn right direct Mount Holly, cleared for takeoff, 64 Alpha.
Beautiful. One thing also to remember is we are going to enter the pattern on the left downwind. So we're going to enter 45-degree left downwind because that is how the FAA tells us to enter the traffic pattern at non-towered airfields.
Clear base, clear final, both sides, no traffic.
That's what we're going to do. All right.
Runway is clear.
Good. Yippee-ki-yay, let's go flying. Yellow line. Love it. We're doing everything right so far. This is textbook. Textbook, I love it.
Alright, and I have control, so let's take off.
Alright. Verify the engine instruments are in the green.
Every instruments are in the green.
Alright. We are
Maintain
continuing
control.
here.
Rotate. Down into a rocket ship.
There you go, nice. Let that airspeed build. Good.
On right rudder. Airspeed is built. And I'm flying off the runway, so let me come back over. There we go. And we are climbing. A little shallow, so let me bring that up. There we go. Said clear to make right turn to Mount Holly.
That's what she said?
So as soon as we hit 1,400 feet, I will turn us right towards Mount Holly.
Good. Good. I was wondering if you were going to keep that.
Feet, right turn.
And we're not turning for the left. I gotta stop looking down like that. But we're gonna keep the turn coming all the way around until we're headed to Mount Holly, right?
Right.
I would level off there. Or sorry, let's level off at 18.
Leveling off at 18.
Where do you think I said that?
Maintain within the traffic pattern, maybe?
Yeah. So we're gonna be at 18 because that's what the Mount Holly airport. Are we headed to Mount Holly right now?
Nope.
Okay. Do you know how you can find Mount Holly really easily?
Aim towards Peoria.
Well, that's one way, but Peoria is also over there. So, there's a bunch of different Peoria. The main thing is look for the double water towers. There's two massive water towers that are next to it. Let me know when you have them in sight. I'm going to give you a hint. It's going to be your 1130.
I think I see them, yes.
Where are they? Point them out to me. Good. Fly over to them.
Okay.
And actually, I want you to fly further to the left of them because we have to be able to turn for that 45-degree downwind, right?
Okay.
So we'll just fly over there. Make sure we're maintaining our
1800.
1800.
And left rudder, there we go. And they have not told us to contact Lewis approach yet. Are they going to?
Not yet. They haven't told us to yet. It's possible they keep us with them, but I doubt it.
We're going to pass by all that bridge traffic from the air.
Bridge traffic.
Or the bridge construction, sorry.
Oh, I see.
A little bit more power. They're trimmed good though, otherwise.
$90 knots. We're on our altitude. Huge. Good. Beautiful view. Absolutely love a good summer day. So nice having someone else fly. I can look out the window. Well, technically, you should also be looking out the window, but just not in the same way.
It's about to say.
Sky 6 for Alpha, radar services terminated. Squawk VFR, change to advisory, frequency approved.
Frequency approved, squawk VFR, thank you.
Okay, so that's what they're planning on doing. We'll squawk VFR. We'll swap over to the other frequency.
Visual approaching you, flying and departing runway 13.
Oh, we're already on that one, so.
Yep, there you go. And then, yep, beautiful. And so now we're going to make our first call to Mount Holly. Okay. Your call is going to look like this. Mount Holly traffic, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, approximately 5 miles to the southwest, going to enter on a left downwind 45 degree for runway 36.
Okay.
Something in that ballpark. Would you like me to make the first call here?
Let me embarrass myself.
Okay.
Hopefully there's nobody here. Mount Holly traffic, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, approximately 5 miles southwest of Mount Holly, approaching for left traffic runway 36 inbound.
Good. We do want to say kind of the 45, right? Because that's what we're doing. Go ahead and turn this way, please, to the north.
Ooh, that was a big ass bird. I hope you saw that.
I didn't see that, actually. Did we hit it?
No.
Oh, great.
But it went right under our strut.
Good.
All right. I think I see. Is that Mount Holly right there?
Take a look. That's correct.
Nice.
So we're going to continue going straight here. We're going to actually somewhat pass it, right?
Right.
And then we will turn for the downwind. Make sure we keep this...
Wouldn't that be a right traffic?
No. Because we're going to do this.
Oh, we're going to do a giant circle?
We're going to do an entire 180. We're going to enter on the 45 degree downwind here.
Okay.
Right? For runway 36 is going that way, right?
Right. Oh, okay. So we're going to be
downwind here.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
I understand.
You picking up what I'm putting down?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Ooh. Windy.
So the windy, bumpy?
Bumpy.
What's it feeling? Okay.
Going a little fast.
Yep, 90 knots, 1,800 feet for that. Remember, we have a 2,000 foot ceiling. I don't want to see you above 19, right?
Right.
We want a 100 foot buffer, right? I don't want to see you above 19. That's our main thing. Okay. So we're just going to keep that in mind. Oh, it's beautiful. This is where I did my first solo.
Nice.
This is the OG airport for me.
Keeping an eye out for traffic.
Good. We're already scanning the traffic pattern, right?
Yep.
Where would you see traffic right now if they were in the traffic pattern?
Hopefully on the downwind or the crosswind.
You would see them, you would see them on, like, around the horizon mark, because we're at the thing. So we are looking towards the horizon here, because that's the it would be at the same altitude.
Okay. I see what you mean.
But we're also looking on the runway, we're looking on taxiways, we're looking on final, we're looking around, we're looking for traffic. We don't see anything here, which means that most likely, if there is someone there, they don't have radios, they don't have transponder. That's why we're looking for them. Go ahead and turn inbound, please.
We're going to go turn inbound.
And we're going to enter on...
traffic, 56 Foxtrot, on a 45, or left downwind, runway 2 to Cal.
That's to Cal. You'll notice that there are multiple airports on the same frequency. Okay. That's why we say, hey, Mount Holly traffic. Okay, go ahead and make your call. It's going to be Mount Holly traffic, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, entering the left downwind, 45 degree... Sorry, my apologies. Mount Holly traffic, Skyhawk 64 Alpha, entering the 45 degree left downwind for runway 36.
Mount Holly traffic, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, entering the 45 degree downwind for runway 36.
Turn harder. We got a little bit turn harder here.
And I'm losing a lot of altitude too.
Okay, add some power if you need to. Pitch up for that. Good, good, good. And level us off here. Not level us off, but get us straight with the parallel with the runway.
And we are parallel with the runway.
How's the spacing?
We're kind of, actually I'm not entirely sure. I think we're good, but the runway's so small that
I feel good. Go ahead and configure.
Configure.
You'll notice that the 1,000-footers are hard to see on this runway. And so we're going to configure at the second taxiway.
Okay. See what you mean?
80 knots, please.
80 knots. Pitch us a little bit more this way. 80 knots, 80 knots, come on. It went down far enough. There we go. Knots. And we're going to go ahead and start turning. So we're going to, oh crap. Mount Holly traffic, Sky High 5364 Alpha, turning on base for runway 36.
Good. Make sure we say Mount Holly at the end, right? But other than that, good.
Oh, at the end?
Yep. So it's first and last. Because what happens if they miss the first part, right?
Fair enough.
So we say Mount Holly at the first, we say Mount Holly at the end. That way there's no confusion and everyone knows who we are, where we are, what the heck we're doing. We don't want to risk someone just not knowing what's going on. Runway looks clear, final looks clear. I'm also looking out here for my final, right?
Right.
Because what if they're on the long final and they're being stupid? That happens.
Mount Holly traffic, Sky High 5364 Alpha, turning on final for runway 36, Mount Holly Aviation.
Mount Holly Aviation, that's great. This brings out the best calls. I love it. All right. How are we feeling?
Terrible.
I'll tell you right now, we are high.
Yes.
We are very high. Put in that last notch of flaps if you haven't already.
I already have.
Good, good, good. Bring that power all the way out. Let us sink. You'll notice that over these buildings, we will just start sinking.
I can tell that already.
Good. Center line is so important here, okay?
Yes.
You feel how skinny this is?
Yes.
Okay. Make sure we stay on our airspeed. We're going to make this a full stop.
Okay.
Tad of power. Good.
Ooh.
Nose down here. There you go. There you go. And flare. Right there. Good. Hold that. Bring us over to the center. Oh, nice with the power. Bring us over to center line. Okay. All right.
I did not like that at all.
Don't stop here. Go to the next one here.
Okay.
We're just getting used to this for a second, right? That's all we're getting used to. We're changing our sight picture, right? Because our landing is not based on the sight picture. Our landing is based on, our landing is not based on like, oh, a wide runway, skinny runway, these things. It's sticking to the fundamentals every time, right? We're sticking to our hard numbers. And then we're making corrections based on what we need. Good on the brakes. Flaps, please. Let's go ahead and get off here. We're slowing down just a tad too much, I think. We don't want to linger on the runway. Because what if someone's coming in? What if someone's coming in right behind us? And
Clear to the left, clear to the right. Are we turning left?
Yep, turn the right here.
Turn the right, okay.
And we'll taxi back down to the end. So get off the runway here. We'll face this way. And then we'll clean up the airplane with our checklist. We might just stay here, honestly. This would kind of be fun.
I don't want to. All right.
Go brakes here. Stop. Clean us up, please.
All right, strobes.
This is
I'm going to leave our strobes on since we're going to be taking off again.
fundamental to your training.
I'm going to keep our landing light on because we're going to be taking off again.
Yep. Well, we're going to be taxing down, right? So just yeah. Let's not. We won't get lazy with things. We'll just do the checklist, and we'll do the checklist when we're at the end here.
Okay. So strobes off, nav taxi beacon.
Good. And flaps are up.
Flaps are up.
Now we need to make a call because we're taxiing. Yep. So we are off runway 36, taxiing back.
Okay. Taxiing back to the start of runway 36.
Yep.
Mount Holly traffic, Sky High 5364 Alpha, just off of runway 36, taxiing back to runway 36, Mount Holly traffic.
Good. And now we're going to taxi. It's a new thing, right?
Yes.
New calls, new airport, small airport. I think this is the first smaller airport that we've gone to, right?
Yes.
This is what most airports are in the United States. That
wasn't terrible, but I can definitely tell that
it's a
lot more work.
Yeah, a little different, right? All this requires is a sharpening of your skills, right?
Right.
In order to land here, we have to what? We need to make sure we're on center line, right? We don't have much margin for error, right? We also need to make sure that we're on our airspeeds in these things, because if we're high and we float a long ways, right? We come in too fast, we float really far, That might not work here. Okay. Look, little self-serve pumps.
Nice.
Really nice. The guy in this hangar here owns 2 helicopters, and I went for a ride in one of them one time.
I refuse to get in a helicopter.
he landed us in. Oh, it was a wild ride. He loved to like fly fancy type of a deal.
Yeah, no, that
Felt
would,
like a roller coaster.
that would be an instant get me off of this fucking
I was
thing,
scared.
land.
I was scared.
I don't like helicopters as is. I don't plan on ever getting a helicopter license.
Really?
I think they're far more dangerous than an airplane.
Really?
An airplane, your engine goes out, you glide. Helicopter, your chances of gliding are pretty minimal if you're not already at a certain speed and height. And even then, your landing's going to be very, very rough unless your pilot knows how to utilize the energy that you already have, which probably most do. But I'm not rolling those dice. I would rather land in a field with an airplane any day than trying to land in a field with a helicopter.
Okay.
Personal opinion.
I personally, I really do enjoy helicopters. I think they're pretty stinking cool. The auto rotation, you do get some good glide with those. Not the same as an airplane, but you're able to come down. And if you're good with your, a bad helicopter pilot, from my understanding, I mean, you might break your back, or die. But
or die.
The pilots who practice their emergencies type deal. For instance, there was a guy when I went to ATP for the flight instructor rating, that he had his helicopter license already. He got his helicopter first and then went to airplanes. And he was telling me about the auto rotation when you're coming down and stuff, and how they train for it, and they come down and they land with. So you'll notice here that there's 2 things. This is an off ramp, which we technically could go on there, but we're not going to. We're going to pull up here and we're going to stop.
We don't need clearance across this line. We just tell people we're doing it, check our bases on our finals, and then we...
Yeah.
Interesting.
Technically, based on the law, you don't even need to tell anyone that you're crossing the line.
Yikes.
You don't have to talk on the radios at all here, but we're going to, because it's safe.
Heading bug's still good. Heading bug's a little off.
And we're going to make sure we say close traffic with this call. So we'll say Mount Holly traffic, Skyhawk 6 for Alpha, taking runway 36, closed traffic, Mount Holly.
Okay. Mount Holly traffic, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, departing. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
The good thing there's nobody here.
Yeah, take your time.
Departing
runway 36, closed traffic.
Mount Holly traffic, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, departing runway 36, closed traffic. Mount Holly traffic.
All right. We're checking final as we're starting to taxi out. Have we already done our checklist here?
Yes, I've done our checklist for pre-takeoff.
Let's do it.
Good to go. I'll go ahead and actually, before I cross that line, hold on.
Nope, good. Good catch. This airport has a big problem with birds, but there's no one to chase them off. So we do need to stay vigilant about that.
Okay.
There's also like coyotes that come out here sometimes.
That's scary.
Yeah, they move.
Alright, we're clear.
They're well trained.
We're clear, runway is clear.
Is final clear?
Final is clear.
Okay.
Instead of we are clear, it should say final is clear.
So not this taxiway, but that taxiway is where we'll configure at.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
Alright.
And we'll rotate at 55. Don't let the shorter runway make you rotate sooner. Rotate at 55.
Rotate.
Good.
A little bit more down.
76.
Field elevation is, we're going to be at 1800 still, so it means we need to turn at 400 feet below, which would be 1400, or sorry, 300 feet below, 1500.
Good. I love the critical thinking.
That's my weakness.
Well, the fact that you're thinking about it means you have a firm grasp of the concept, right?
Right.
You have a firm grasp of why do we... It's not just, oh, hey, we turn at... Let's make the call in a second.
Mount Holly traffic, Sky High 5364 Alpha, turning on crosswinds, Mount Holly traffic.
Left cross.
Left crosswind.
Thank you. So yeah, when it comes to how this all works, it is pretty simple. It's just overstimulating. Like for someone like me, when I grew up, well, in my flying career at least, I grew up at a untowered field. Then I went to a towered field.
Mount Holly traffic, Sky High 5364 Alpha, turning on left downwind, Mount Holly traffic.
Good. Good with the finger. Not the other finger, but, you know, hey, be quiet. I'm about to make my call.
I don't want to be rude, but
no,
yeah.
No, that is what you need to do. You need to be assertive. You are the pilot. You're not the PIC yet, but you're pretending to be. Watch our altitude, please.
Yep, I just saw that.
Thank you.
Pitch down.
Whenever I see the world from the plane in a new season, I always think of like the song from It's a Little Mermaid or whatever.
It's
a whole new world. It's so great.
Yeah, I do exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
Alright, 800 feet, 90 knots.
Good.
Waiting for the sexy taxiway to configure. And we're at the second taxiway.
Good.
Figure. Pitch for 80.
Nice.
Mount Holly traffic, Sky High 5364 Alpha, turning on left base. Mount Holly traffic.
Are we turning left base yet? We're going to wait a second,
We're
right?
going to wait a second. Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's still good to make that call. You're telling them what you're going to do here. But yeah, let's just wait 1 second, right? Might get a little ahead of ourselves. Okay. Right here you're thinking?
Right here.
Let's see how it turns out.
I know these goods.
Pretty cool to see from the air.
I know where you live.
Okay. Yeah, I've told the YouTube viewing public, like, oh, there's my house, like, many times now.
Mount Holly traffic, Sky High 5364 Alpha, turning on final. Mount Holly traffic.
That one geoguesser guy's going to find me.
Are we low?
Yes.
I thought.
You're rapidly approaching high now. So I would go back to how you were. Make your final call.
I did.
Oh, you did? Very nice.
I just did a very wide turn.
Okay, I see.
It was not a square.
It was not a square. We're high, right?
Yes.
All about those little corrections, not the over-exaggerated ones, right?
Right.
But luckily, we can sync it right on in.
Is this a full stop as well?
Let's try and do a touch and go. It depends what I'll tell you. Less power. Yeah, you need to take that power out a while ago. There you go. Now add that power back in. Good. Keep that nose down. Good. Power comes out. Flare. More flare. Good. Flaps up. 1, 2, go around.
And rotate.
Good. We wait for the flaps to come up, right? Which is why I counted for a second.
Right.
That's our main thing. Good. I helped you with the back pressure there. You need to watch your back pressure. We let the nose started coming down there.
Okay.
When I say nose down, that's mainly for the airspeed. Okay. That's for the airspeed. We want to keep the nose down for the airspeed, add the power in to slow our descent, basically. We'll come down, we'll bring the power out, and then we will flare like normal, okay?
Okay. Mount Holly traffic, Sky 5364 Alpha, turning on, crosswind, Mount Holly traffic.
So overall, good. I like this. We have good corrections, right? That last one we came in, we had too much of a correction, but we brought it in regardless, okay?
I forgot left again. Left crosswind. Alright, there's our 1500. Gonna make our turn. More right rudder. Left rudder. Mount Holly traffic, Sky 5364 Alpha, turning on left downwind. Mount Holly traffic. Way more stressful.
A little bit, isn't it?
Keep an eye out for traffic. Still nothing on our radar. Nothing coming in. Nothing on final. Nothing on base.
What's great is when you come in right over the interstate on the other side.
Nice.
What you'll find is these little airports are like a hidden gem, though. You'll learn to love them. They're so great.
Cushion traffic down, now Papa, left downwind, one way, 36 cushion.
That wasn't for us, was it?
He said runway 36, but it didn't sound like our airport.
Hour 36.
Yeah.
Alright, configure.
What did we learn for our base turn point that time?
We need to turn sooner.
Okay.
Pitch for 80. Mount Holly traffic, Sky 5364 Alpha, turning on left of base for runway 36. Mount Holly traffic.
And let's make sure we have a actual flat base. Let's turn onto final, very square. Keep it a square. I think we're too close.
We are too.
I think we turned too close.
I agree with you. Pull out the power and let us sink.
Good. Make the corrections here so we don't have to go around. That's the mindset.
Mount Holly traffic, Sky 5364 Alpha, turning onto final runway 36. Mount Holly traffic. Go and pull out the power, make sure we're pitched. Ooh. I don't think we're going to make that.
Make the call.
Yeah, we're going to go around. Mount Holly traffic 5364 Alpha, go around.
Okay.
Last notch of flaps. Last notch of flaps is in. We were way too high and we weren't sinking nearly fast enough.
I agree. I agree. I think it was a good call.
Now I get to do go arounds. Don't got to go around when the runway's 2 miles long.
Yeah, I really want you to make that call, right? That is up to you. Because when you go solo, am I going to be there to make that call?
Nope.
Oh, okay. So you should probably make that call, I think. So you saw it, you evaluated it, you made the right call. And to be honest, making the go-around call is never the wrong answer.
No, it's the right answer.
It's always the right answer.
Mount Holly traffic, Sky 536 for Alpha, turning onto left, crosswind, Mount Holly traffic. I feel like I'm getting all these calls a little wrong.
When in doubt, go around.
Yeah. That's a very easy call to make.
Yes. If you think for a second, I should probably go around. That's trying to go around. So, good call. I like it.
Mount Holly traffic, Sky 536 for Alpha, turning onto left, downwind, Mount Holly traffic.
Traffic, vector 9 for Papa, left crosswind, section.
Yeah, I don't think that's for us. Really hard to tell though, because I can't hear them.
It's very cut out. We're going to stay wary.
I'm keeping an eye out. He said crosswind, so he would be behind us if that was him, but I don't see anybody behind us, so.
Good deductive reasoning.
Let's hope it's not. It does. So we turned too soon that time. We turned too far the first time.
Let's see if we can even it out here.
Pushing traffic now, vector Papa. Pushing traffic now, vector Papa, left downwind, 118.
I'm just letting you make the calls and figure it out. You know what you're doing.
No, I don't.
There you go.
Alright, power out.
You just told me that, well, the reason that we were high the first time is because we turned too short. Then the second time we went too long, and now we went too short again. So now all you have to do is find that middle ground, right?
Right.
You already know your problem, and I didn't tell you that. You're self-critiquing yourself, which is exactly what I want to see. A good...
Mount Holly traffic, Sky 5364 Alpha, turning on to left base, Mount Holly traffic.
A good pilot is one that is knowledgeable and is able to self-critique themselves. I would lessen this bank angle, just giving you a hint here.
Okay.
You need to, you're coming in about the same as you did last time. Just lessen that bank. There you go. See how lessening that bank changes this sight picture?
Yeah. Mount Holly traffic, Sky 5364 Alpha, turning on to final runway 36.
Hold your airspeed. You were at 70. Hold that 75. It really does make that much of a difference.
75. We're going to turn on to final.
Good. I would keep this bank shallow though, because otherwise you're going to cut too soon.
Yeah.
So just keep it shallow here. I would put in your flaps.
You read my mind.
Good. That means you're thinking of it before I'm even able to say it, which means we're on the same page. Pull that power out. Maintain the 70, and we'll sink like a stone. Especially over this district where it's hot. Good. Manage that airspeed. Just like that, maintain our 70. This is a stabilized descent right here. I feel good about this. Okay. Good job bringing the power out. Oh, flare. Whoa. There we go. There we go. Nice. Good. Flaps. 1, 2, go.
Rotate.
Watch that flare. We were gonna flare a little too low if I didn't touch the controls there.
Okay.
We're still dialing in that distance, right? Because it's a different runway, it's skinnier. So we're just gonna make sure we have the same height. That's all that was, but that was a good solid approach. We were high again. Okay.
Yeah.
Mainly because we turned in the exact same spot. and I just told you to shallow out the bank, which helped a little bit and made that doable. But do you see how much we sink?
Yeah.
When we follow our airspeeds, right? We were at 70 there for probably, I would say, a good 4 to 5 seconds instead of 75.
Skyhawk 536 for Alpha. Shit. Mount Holly traffic, Skyhawk 536 for Alpha, turning onto left crosswind, Mount Holly traffic.
And it really does make a difference in altitude. Okay, it really does. I can't stress that enough. Maintaining your altitude or your airspeeds is going to also save you from this being high situation that you keep finding yourself in, okay?
Mount Holly traffic, Skyhawk 536 for Alpha, turning on to left downwind, Mount Holly traffic.
Is it getting slightly more comfortable?
It is. It's still Peoria, but I think it's just getting used to it, you know?
It is it's foreign, right? It's a completely different thing.
Oh, I'm also getting sweaty.
Yeah, it's a hot day out there. I got both my vents open.
And configure. Oh, I let us sink too far. Back up, down, and oh, catch the 80, come on. Mount Holly traffic, Skyhawk 536 for Alpha, turning on to left base for runway 36, Mount Holly traffic. And do it now. 80, and I'm sinking. Oh, probably because I'm out of power. That would explain it. Back to 80. Feel like we're still low. A little bit more power. Second notch flaps. Bring us to 75.
Look at the runway. How do you feel?
Good.
Okay.
Mount Holly traffic, Sky 536 for Alpha, turning on a final runway 36. Mount Holly traffic. Make it a nice shallow turn. A little less power. Main 5. Notch of flaps. Pull power out. Maintain 70.
I wouldn't pull that power out. Just keep it in for a little bit longer. Now take it out.
Maintain 70. A little bit more power.
There you go. Make those small corrections that you need. Keep us on that glide slope, and you're going to have to use your visual glide slope here because it looks like their pappies might be out.
Yeah, there's been pappies this whole time. Just been doing it visually.
Yeah. Bring that power out. Good. Good.
And coming
now
for the flare.
Nice. Nice.
A little too much.
Too much.
A little rough.
Full stop.
Full stop. Our aerodynamics.
Good. Plan on stopping at this taxiway here.
Out a little bit. Mount Holly traffic, Skyhawk 536 for Alpha, just off of runway 36, taxiing back to runway 36, Mount Holly traffic.
I think that was 5. Alright, clean us up, please.
I am ready to go back to Peoria if you are. Alright, land light off, taxi light on. Oh, keep nav on, strobe off. Pitot heat off, mixture as required, mixture is good, trim, set the takeoff, trim, back to takeoff, and we're good to go.
Alright, let's head back to Peoria.
Okay, let me actually get a drink of water.
Here, take a drink real quick, take a break.
Apparently this light has been on this whole time.
Yeah.
Oops. Okay.
Alright, so we're going to make the radio call that we're taxiing back to runway 36.
Yes. I think I might have accidentally made that too soon. I should have just said we're off at runway 36. Mount Holly traffic, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, taxiing to runway 36, Mount Holly traffic. Yummy. Do you eat before you fly? Because I have yet to eat before I fly.
Just depends on the day.
Maybe that's why I don't get motion sick, because I've got nothing to get sick from.
Maybe. Looks like they painted it. The whole building. They painted it. Wow.
Nice. Good for them. Big old goose.
That's shocking. They did not take care of this place at all.
I mean, they probably don't make enough money to be honest.
They're supported by Peoria, this one is.
Well, I mean, that also explains it.
Peoria Airport just does not give them money.
I mean, that Peoria Airport barely has enough money to keep their own facilities clean, so. Have you seen the, the what are they called? The ground crew machines and vehicles? They are all rusted to crap and all need new paint jobs. I mean, to be fair, rust might just be from the salt. It is salty, but they don't look well kept from the outside.
Yeah, they when it comes to the ground cruise vehicles, normally I normally don't see at the airports that I go to like nice vehicles.
Yeah.
Unless you go to somewhere like O'Hare or something, or Midway, or I think Chicago Executive had really nice ones. But most of them are like that. They're very old because you don't need. They're traveling, 300 feet with fuel on the back of the truck.
Yeah.
It's not built for comfort. It's not built for any of that stuff. It's built for practicality. You don't really need cushy seats and a touchscreen, TV in the truck. But I get what you're saying. Yeah, they're spending $15 million on a new tower or whatever. So this place just doesn't get anything.
When we take off, are we just going to tell Peoria Tower requesting?
So what we're going to do is we're going to make our call here, which is going to be, it's going to look like Mount Holly traffic, Skyhawk 64 Alpha, departing runway 36 and departing the area to the east.
Okay,
Mount
we're
Holly.
going to the east?
My apologies, to the west.
We're going to the west? We don't want to go north?
North.
Yeah, you get out of the Class C area, then make our call, and then do a U-turn?
Well, think about it. We're outside of it when we're at pattern altitude, right?
We are.
So we'll just do that. So we'll fly to the west, and then contact them, and then basically we'll go into Peoria then.
Do we contact approach, or do we contact?
Approach. Because we got to get into them.
So let's get approach up there.
Okay.
And let's do our takeoff, pre-takeoff. Flaps are up, make sure best power, throttle. Good. Trim is takeoff, we've got our landing light on, taxi light off, strobe light on. And we're ready for takeoff. So we said we're going to the west?
Yes.
Okay. Mount Holly traffic, Sky High 5364 Alpha, taking off runway 36, departure to the west. Mount Holly traffic. Good enough?
Finals clear. At a runway like this, we need to make sure we check both finals. So we'll go down, we'll turn, and then we'll check the other final.
Surprised they don't put the runway entrance like right here so you can look at both finals.
Yeah, well.
Alright, final clear.
The mentality behind it?
Final clear, runway clear.
Yeah. The mentality behind that is they accommodate jets in here sometimes.
They do?
Yeah, private jets fly in here sometimes.
How in the hell?
Yeah. And so they stop at that line there because they can't make the full turn.
Alright, ready?
Yep.
Rotate. Oh man.
We'll wait to swap over to the frequency until we are turning westbound and we are like kind of out of the traffic pattern area.
Okay.
But prior to doing it, we will call them and we'll say, that car is going as fast as we are.
Nice.
That's a scam. We will call them on Mount Holly. We'll say, Mount Holly traffic, Skyhawk 6 for Alpha, departing the area to the west. Last call, Mount Holly.
Mount Holly traffic, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, turning... Sorry, what was it again?
Mount Holly traffic, Skyhawk 6 for Alpha, departing the area to the west. Final call, Mount Holly.
Departing the area to the west. Okay. Mount Holly traffic, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, departing the area to the west. Final call, Mount Holly traffic.
There you go.
There's our 1800.
Here's that time again. There's my house.
Stop pointing it to the camera.
Camera! Everybody wave.
Alright.
Okay, we're gonna swap over. Good. We are on with approach. Now we have to call them and we have to let them know because they don't know what we're doing, who we are. We haven't even talked to them today. So we have to get a whole squawk code. We need to get our information from our weather. So let's get the weather information first.
Zero approaching you, flying and departing runway 13, runway 22, and roger traffic information Golf.
Golf.
Pier tower station Golf 2154 Zulu, wind variable at 4, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 26, dew point 6, altimeter 29091. Visual approaching you, flying and departing runway 13, runway 22, and roger traffic information Golf. Pier tower station Golf 2154 Zulu, wind variable at 4, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 26, dew point 6, altimeter 29091. Visual approaching you, flying and departing runway 13, runway 22, and roger traffic information Golf. Pier tower Tower Station Golf 2154 Zulu, wind variable at 4, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 26, dew point 6, altimeter 29er 1. Visual approaching you, landing and departing runway 13, runway 22, advisor skytrack information Golf. Pier Tower Station Golf 2154 Zulu, wind variable at 4, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 26, dew point 6, altimeter 29er 1. Visual approaching you, landing and departing runway 13, runway 22, advisor skytrack information Golf. Pier Tower Station Golf 2154 Zulu, wind variable at 4, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 26, dew point 6, altimeter 29er 1. Visual approaching you, landing and departing runway 13, runway 22, advisor skytrack information Golf.
St. Louis approach, Sky 79283.
Pier Tower Station Golf 2154 Zulu, wind variable at 4, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 26, dew point 6, altimeter 29er 1. Visual approaching you, landing and departing runway 13.
This is so hard trying to fly and get this.
Golf.
Like I got most of it. Gotta make sure it's 10.
Station Golf 2154 Zulu, wind variable at 4, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 26, dew point 6, altimeter 29er 1.
That was the part I was missing.
You, landing and departing runway 13.
I couldn't tell he was saying variable at 4. I thought he was saying 10 at 4. Okay, information Golf. We're at our altitude, we're going a little fast.
Visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 26, dew point 6, altimeter 245.
Alright, now we're on with St. Louis approach.
Sky 425, shall verify full stop. Full stop, 425. Roger.
Let's make sure we continue heading west, right?
Yes.
Maintaining altitude, 90 knots. And then we'll make our call. What do you think your call would look like?
St. Louis approach, Skyhawk 536 for Alpha, student pilot information, Golf, requesting
Papa 15 and sending 1000.
direct to, no, not direct to, requesting
inbound for pattern work.
Inbound for pattern work. Do I need to tell them what airport?
I was thinking about that request, 4 if you could work it out and they're not busy. November 5 Juliet Papa, stand by, I'll let you know.
So,
turn south.
So St. Louis, St. Louis approach, Skyhawk 536 for Alpha, student pilot information, Golf, requesting, or inbound for pattern work at Peoria. What did I say? Do I say Peoria?
Yeah, just inbound for pattern work.
Just inbound for pattern work, but they'll know PIA? Okay. Okay. So they told him to stand by. Should I contact while I...
Yeah, just make your call. And I would start it with St. Louis approach, Skyhawk 536 for Alpha with a request.
Station 5 Juliet Papa, expect a visual approach runway 4, descend to maintain 7,000. Alright, send 7,000 for the visual 4, 5 Juliet Papa, thanks.
This is what my call would look like, turn south. My call would look like St. Louis approach.
Skyhawk 425, track clear, direct FAPSA.
St. Louis approach, Skyhawk 536 for Alpha with a request.
Okay, if we started descent,
He will then come back and say,
Number 425, shot descend to PAPSA.
Skyhawk 6 for Alpha, say request. And then you'll come back and say, requesting inbound for pattern work at Peoria. Something like that.
Okay.
With information Golf.
Okay.
Yeah.
St. Louis approach, Skyhawk 536 for Alpha with request.
I'm sorry, was on the line, say again, please.
St. Louis approach, Skyhawk 536 for Alpha with request.
Skyhawk 536 for Alpha, St. Louis approach.
St. Louis approach, Skyhawk 536 for Alpha requesting inbound pattern work PIA.
Skyhawk 6 for Alpha, squawk 0211.
0211, 6 for Alpha. I didn't? Or
No. Only if he tells us to.
So now that he's
We're good to head direct.
Okay.
Because he said our tail number.
Nope.
Skyhawk Kayak 6 for Alpha Radar contact, 1 2 miles northwest of Peoria Airport. Would you like runway 22 or runway, or correction, expect pattern work or runway 13?
We'll expect it for runway 3.
Runway 13, 6 for Alpha.
Citation 5 Juliet Papa, descend and maintain 3000.
Send 3000, 5 Juliet Papa.
Do you have the airport in sight?
I do, yes.
Okay. Birds. Good. For a cover.
Citation 5 Juliet Papa, good rate down through 7000 for traffic, please.
Alright, good rate through 7000, 5 Juliet Papa. Good
Skyhawk 6 for Alpha, keep your speed up as long as practicable.
6 for Alpha, keeping speed up.
Go and accelerate us to 100 knots, please. And St. Louis approach, Skyhawk 536 for Alpha. How did you want us to enter for runway 13?
Skyhawk 6 for Alpha, straight in.
Straight in, runway 13, Skyhawk 6 Alpha. Okay.
Skyhawk 42 Foxtrot, 11 miles from path to cross
to the right.
at or above 3000, cleared RNAV, runway 13, straight in approach.
Cross path at or above 3000, cleared RNAV 13 approach, Skyhawk 42 Foxtrot.
Skyhawk 64 Alpha, contact Peoria Tower 124.0, good night.
Contacting Tower 124.0. Have a good night. 6 for Alpha.
November 991.
124.0. Peoria Tower, Skyhawk 536 for Alpha, inbound runway 13, direct for pattern work. Well, I got screwed that up tonight.
Yeah.
Skyhawk 536 for Alpha, Peoria Tower, runway 13, clear for the option, wind calm. After the option, make left close traffic.
Cleared for the option, make left close traffic. 6 for Alpha.
That is a dope house.
I really screwed up that call.
Yeah, you did.
Well, what should I have said?
Your call would have looked like Peoria Tower, Skyhawk 536 for Alpha is with you, straight in, runway 13.
Is with, I gotta use with you, yeah. A good one.
I don't know. No, what this, is this the trash place?
That is
I've never seen that before.
That looks like a testing ground, actually.
Really?
I don't know what for, though. Or maybe they're just
There's a big
developing
hill.
it. Alright, I'm getting into pattern altitude. Did I go ahead and slow us down?
Yeah, go back to 90. We're not with St. Louis approach.
We're at pattern altitude, we're back at 90.
Where are we?
Peoria Airport's right there.
Yeah, I know, but I'm more like I've never seen that mound before. Man, sometimes you just see stuff. Never seen it before.
Alright. Runway in sight. Happy lights in sight. We're on altitude, we're on airspeed.
Good.
And I'm going to go ahead and say we're 5 miles out, so we're going to configure for our first notch of flaps, main altitude, first notch. I have one white light. I'll give us some power until we get into 2 white. second white. Bit weird doing it this far out. I don't think I've done it this far out before. But I get the gist. Maintain glide slope. Pull out power is needed.
Your information, hotel current, wind calm, altimeter 29992.
Hotel current 29992. Going into 3 white.
Make sure even this far out we maintain center line.
Correct. Come back over just a little bit.
Scout 6 for Alpha, cleared touch and go or low approach only. Traffic on a 8-mile final for runway 4 is a citation.
Cleared for the touch and go, Scout 6 for Alpha.
Alright, second notch. Yeah, second notch of flaps.
Keep
Tower is
Keep that speed up.
565 Juliet Pop, visual runway 4.
add power, do whatever you need to do to get to 80.
Juliet Papa, Pierre Tower, runway 4, clear to land. Traffic.
Gonna be 75 now that I'm on second
runway
notch.
13 is a Skyhawk landing and departing.
Yeah, keep it there, 75 then.
565
Just make sure we keep that speed up. We got something coming in.
He's behind us, right?
No, I believe he said runway 4.
Okay.
We also are making 2 airliners wait, which is funny.
Cry about it.
Oh, the motorcycle race is going on. Nice. Anyway, back to this.
Distraction. Oh man, alright. Final notch of flaps.
People driving the motorcycles are probably like, oh wow, you know, we're driving motorcycles, it's awesome. And they're right. Driving motorcycle is awesome. And then they're immediately one-upped by everyone looking at the low-flying plane flying over. Just 2 American jets waiting for you to land here.
Good. I am their king now.
You gotta impress them. Here we go. Oh, American United, my bad. Bring that power out. Flaps up.
Flaps up.
And go.
Rotate. Oop. This does not feel like variable winds.
That's because it's not 4 knots.
Did he say right or left traffic?
Ask.
Fury Tower 5364 Alpha, did you say left or right traffic?
Scout 6 for Alpha, left or right traffic approved.
Left traffic 64 Alpha.
There's the citation, just off the wing.
Nice.
Oh, that's a beautiful, he is centered with the runway. He is centered, he's locked in.
I think I flared too high on that one.
He did. Yeah, I agree.
But I think I got used to Mount Holly.
Yeah.
I think I get reused to PIA.
3542 Fox is on the RNAV 13 approach, full stop.
Scout 3542 Foxtrot, Pierre Tower, runway 13, clear to land.
Runway 13, clear to land. Skyhawk 3542 Fox.
Turning on to
Love
crosswind.
that airplane. 42 Foxtrot.
42 Foxtrot, yeah.
My baby.
My son!
This was my baby, and then I swapped 42 Foxtrot. I'm a cheater.
How could you?
Really.
Alright.
What's our pattern altitude here?
1800.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Oh no, it's 1700, that's right. Thank you. Back down to 1700, turn on to our downwind.
Citation 5 Juliet Papa, left turn, wind able, contact ground, 0.85.
Look at that citation. So happy.
When able on ground, 0.85 on Juliet Papa.
They're going to have us extend our downwind super far.
We'll see how far the person is, the 40 Foxtrot is.
I don't even see him on radar.
There he is.
Are they just going to make the jets wait, though? Wouldn't they just tell him?
No, they were waiting on the
360?
citation. He's 10 miles out.
Okay.
We're going to be able to land here. They're going to get one of those jets out, is my guess.
Chicago 536 for Alpha, number 1, runway 13, clear for the option. Wind calm, traffic, Skyhawk 10 miles final for runway 13.
Cleared for the option, 64 Alpha.
We're number 1.
That is something we need to tell.
Chicago 3542 Foxtrot, traffic in the left, traffic pattern for runway 13 is company Skyhawk.
Looking for the traffic, 2 Fox.
They're probably waiting on their hold release if they're not sending them there.
Yeah, so are they holding because of us, or are they just holding to...
I'm guessing they're both waiting on their IFR clearance.
West 4948 Fury Tower. I don't know if you guys need heads up to get your engines on, but I can get you rolling here in about 5 minutes.
But yeah, thanks for the heads up. We'll be ready for them. Sky was 4948.
Turning on to...
Did they turn off their engines?
3584, same for you. We'll get you rolling here in about 12 to 13 minutes.
Why are they getting it rolling so late?
Because they are, I'm guessing because they were ahead of schedule, and so they're waiting on their IFR release, because they schedule their IFR releases at a certain time, so that way they can mesh all the airplanes together and have them landing at certain times and stuff like that. And so they all have to take off at certain times as well, and so they are early or something like that, and so they have to wait, which is tragic. Imagine being on those planes.
Right. I mean, I've been on those planes before.
Well, I just dislike the airlines, like the riding on them. I don't like hate it. Like, I enjoy it, don't get me wrong, but like I would much rather be here or in a car than ride on an airline. Because you're just sitting there and you can't be on your phone because, you know, airplane mode and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, let's focus on landing here. We're high. We're adjusting for it though. There's one red. I wouldn't have that power, I'd keep it out. Or just keep it low. Yeah.
They're too high again?
Yep, just let it come down. There you go. There you go, nice. Good. Good, I would have held it off the ground once we touch this main, I wouldn't have let the nose come down so hard. But
let it gently.
Yeah, hold it back, but yeah, that was decent. You need left aileron, or right aileron, sorry.
And rotate. Down into a rocket ship. Catch 75. Pitch up. Oh man. We're still on runway heading. Change the over just a little bit.
Truck 536 for Alpha, extend upwind, tower call your crosswind turn.
Extending upwind, 64 Alpha. Imperial Tower, Sky 4948, we are ready when you are.
Chicago 4948, roger.
They started up the engines.
Chicago 6 for Alpha, make left close traffic.
Making left close traffic, 64 Alpha.
Chicago 64 Alpha, extend downwind, power car your base turn.
Extending downwind, 64 Alpha.
I don't see the other Skyhawk yet. Do you?
Not yet.
Or unless that was, no, that's a, I don't know what that is. Is that a Piper?
It is a low wing of some sort. How you know the winds are calm when you see the smoke like that.
Just straight up.
Yep.
Ah, there he is, he's landing.
Alright.
Good for him.
I love that plane. It's expensive, but I love that plane.
Scout 42 Foxtrot, if able, turn left taxiway Echo 4, contact ground, 0.85.
Ah, there we go.
That's on Echo 4 over to ground, 0.85, 42 Fox.
Chicago 536 for Alpha, I have two regional departures I'm going to have to get out here. Would you prefer to extend your downwind, or would you like to make a right 360?
Want to do right 360?
Do a right 360.
Right 360, 64 Alpha.
Chicago 536 for Alpha, roger, make right 360.
Do you remember how to do that?
Yes. And do kind of a shallow, maintain our altitude,
tower, runway 13,
maintain 90.
Yeah, right there.
Runway 13, clear for takeoff, runway heading, Skywest 49, 48.
Are you going to tell them have a nice day?
Yeah.
Because you're a nerd.
Have a good flight, Skywest. You too, big dad. See ya.
The best part is when you realize that all the airline guys are just guys. That's the best part.
They're chilling.
They are. Well, I don't know if I've ever met a guy from the airlines who's been a jerk. Like, I often say the pilot community is one of the best communities on Earth. It takes so much hard work to get to the airlines and stuff like that you just can't afford to be a jerk. Everyone there respects the grind that it took to get there.
Scout for Alpha, if you don't mind, you can make the, give me one more 360 so I can get this other regional out. That'd be appreciated.
No problem.
One more 360, 64 Alpha.
This is a beautiful 360, by the way.
Thank
We
you.
came out almost on the exact point, which is exactly what we want.
I had to adjust for wind a little bit. I could tell it's doing some funkiness, but I'm trying to keep our speed and altitude as best as I can.
Just like I think we did turns around on point once.
Literally one time, yeah.
Yeah. So it's that same concept. We're kind of using the jail as our center point almost.
That's a jail?
The building there?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit, is that the Peoria County jail?
4948, turn left direct Beeford, contact St. Louis departure.
Can we land in there? Pick someone up?
4948.
Ultimate jailbreak?
Yeah, this is the jail, and then right next to it, the building over there that's not fenced in is the juvenile detention.
Have you been there before?
I delivered there with FedEx.
But have you been there before?
Like stayed there?
Yeah.
I've never even been pulled over.
Brickyard 3584, Peoria Tower, runway 13, clear for takeoff, fly runway heading.
Clear for takeoff, fly runway heading, Brickyard 3581.
Only time I've talked.
526 for Alpha, traffic taking the runway for departure is a Embraer. Report traffic in sight.
Traffic is in sight, 6 for Alpha.
Chicago 6 for Alpha, roger. Base to follow that traffic, caution wake turbulence, runway 13, clear for the option, wind calm.
Clear for the option, 6 for Alpha.
I'm going to extend our downwind so they can get off and let that wake turbulence get on through. Is that okay with you?
Yeah. I wouldn't extend it by too much, but yeah. Yeah, the only interactions that I've had with law enforcement is when they're eating at Chick-fil-A. Back when I worked at Chick-fil-A a long time ago, you know, they came in all the time because they got free food. And so I would have a lot of conversations with the guys. We got a lot of good guys on our police department here, Peoria.
Archer, November 9256 Charlie, holding short of point 22, Alpha 1, ready for departure.
Archer 9256 Charlie, Peoria Tower, hold short runway 22 for traffic landing and departing.
Oh, turn now.
Hold short 2256.
Turn now?
Yeah, he's holding someone for us.
Oh, I haven't configured yet.
We'll keep turning and then configure while we're turning. By the time we land, the wake turbulence will be pretty much dissipated.
Keep touching your knee, sorry.
Yeah, that's probably my fault. I need to move my leg down here. Make your adjustments. How you need. How are you feeling right now?
Aye.
Okay. Make your adjustments as needed.
Last notch of flaps. Pitching for 70. Bring power all the way out. Shallow.
We're only going to bring it out for a short period, right? Just as much as we need it. Then we'll bring it right back in.
Brickyard 3584, turn left direct Beeford, contact St. Louis departure, have a good flight.
Turn left direct to Beeford and departure, Brigade 3584 is here.
Let's see ya. See ya. Pilot culture. See ya. You gotta put some emphasis into it. Good adjustment. We're on glide slope now. Take a look at these stripes. Do you see the third stripe from the numbers?
Yes.
That's where you should be aiming this plane to flare. I want you to flare right there.
Did you mean land on it or flare on it? Because I kind of landed on it, sorry.
I think we're looking at the wrong stripe then. Go ahead.
Did I do it right then?
You were a little past it.
Okay.
So there, see these centerline stripes?
Yes.
The third stripe from the numbers,
Okay, maybe I was...
which is like basically one stripe before the 1,000 footers.
Archer 9256 Charlie, Peoria Tower, runway 22, clear for takeoff, turn left on course.
56 Charlie, 22, ready for takeoff, left on course, 56 Charlie.
Cleared for takeoff, 56 Charlie.
Did somebody else repeated what the pilot command said? Is that what that was?
Yeah, they just repeated it.
Must be learning. Good for them. Oh man.
Chicago 6 for Alpha, make left close traffic, traffic departing runway 22 is an Archer.
Making left close traffic, 64 Alpha, traffic in sight.
A great job on the rudders today.
Thank you. I'm starting to feel them a bit better.
Yeah, I can tell.
Making my feet a little numb, but getting through it. I've lost traffic because I can't see over the stupid highway.
I wonder if anyone yelled at me in the comments for the comments on 172s.
I don't think so. I don't think anyone heard it. Traffic in sight. Where are they going? Are they making traffic too, or?
I think they're just departing.
Okay.
Archer 56 Charlie, contact St. Louis departure, have a good flight.
Contact St. Louis approacher, 56 Charlie.
Wow, he climbed really fast.
That's an Archer. Depending on which one it was, it has a little bit more horsepower than this. And I believe they're a little more aerodynamic.
Shark 536 roll for runway 13, clear for the option, wind calm.
Clear for the option, 64 Alpha.
And wait for it. Now. Third line from the number. Oh, I see what you mean now.
See the stripes?
Yeah, I see
The
that.
center line stripes? 1, 2, 3. I want you to flare just before the third. Okay, like literally like the beginning of the third. That's your goal.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. With the goal of landing on these 1,000-footers here. I just passed them. There we go.
Rotate. How do you clear the waypoint off this?
That's a great question.
I'm not going to try and play with it. That's fine.
Short answer is apparently I don't know. Normally I just don't change it.
Man, why can't they bring back the F-16?
Without doing things.
Chicago 536 for Alpha, runway 13, clear for the option.
Cleared for the option, 6 for Alpha.
Oh, maintain it. And wait. And let's turn. $75. And turn. And 75. Final notch of flaps.
I would say we probably are getting too lazy on that last turn. We're starting to cut that corner. Let's make sure we extend that crosswind just a little bit more, I'd say.
Okay. Do.
Nose down. There you go.
Rotate. I could see my Mustang from here.
Most American statement.
I gotta put a little more twang into it. I can see my Mustang from here. Yeehaw! It's parked right next to the military industrial complex. Now, that's not a term for our government, that's just what that is. Because there's a Chinook sitting right there. Making our turn. other turn, bringing the nose down with power.
So many people are burning stuff today. There's a new, that was new. Full smoke thing right there.
I see it. Would flying through smoke hurt our engine? I mean, it's air intake, but I don't think it's that much smoke, right?
I wouldn't advise it.
Let's do some science. Honk, honk. Beep, beep.
Chicago 6 for Alpha, runway 13, clear for the option.
Clear for the option, 6 for Alpha.
I actually know what house that's coming from.
Call them and tell them they're polluting.
You're putting smoke in the way.
I can't see. Ooh. Feels like it's getting a little wimpy. Second turn. Don't be lazy. Second notch of flaps. Pitch for 5. Don't be lazy, don't be lazy, turn. Final notch of flaps. 70. Still kind of lazed into it, but I feel safer doing a shallow turn than I do a steep turn. I just think I get over that. Alright, a little bit more power, a little bit more power. Gain 70. Maintain 70. 70, maintain 70, maintain 70. And pull power out. Oh, pressure, pressure, pressure. Ah. Flaps up. Flaps are up. Rotate. How you doing over there?
I'm chilling.
How many landings is that?
A lot. We did 5 over there. I think we're probably at least at 11.
The video knows all.
Yeah. I think I'm undercutting it, saying at 11. I think we're probably higher than that, but I don't feel confident saying higher than that, so.
Fair enough.
I mean, we can do the math. We did 3 prior to the jets taking off. We did our first one, second, third, then they took off, I think. And then we've done probably 4 after that. So I would say that's probably 12 that I can remember at least. We're out here cranking them out.
Gross.
Truck 536 for Alpha, Romeo 13, clear for the option.
Clear to the option, 6 for Alpha.
Man, that must suck being in a jail cell, and all you hear all day are jets and planes and just noise.
Can't relate.
That noise pollution's got to be insane.
I'm willing to bet it's pretty loud in there. At least that's what my vast amount of movie knowledge tells me. Honestly, it just really doesn't look that big.
That too.
I wonder how many people they can hold in there. Because Peoria is definitely not a law-abiding town. Feels like we have like a murder or something like that every other week. This won't be a full stop terminate.
Sierra Tower 536 for Alpha, this will be a full stop terminate.
Truck 536 for Alpha, roger, wind calm.
Alright, so flaps down, wait me go on to final, pitching for 75. Turning in for final. Final notch of flaps, a little bit more power. Maintain 70. Back on the center line. Power back out.
There we go.
Flaps up. Here we go for Echo 4.
What do you think?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay.
Truck Skyhawk 6 Alpha. You can continue down the runway and turn left at Mike. The contact ground 0.85. Have a good day.
Turn left at Mike, contact ground 0.85. Thank you, have a good day. See ya. 6 Alpha. Wants to go all the way down to Mike. Okay.
What do you think these black and white signs mean over here?
Feet left before the end of the runway. In hundreds.
In thousands.
Oh, in thousands? Oh, dang, okay. 4,000 feet. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. We would have already passed 500 feet. Alright, Mike in sight. So we're going that way, right? We're going to the military.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Agreed, it's hot. Runway. We're already on with ground at 121.85. Go over to COM 2. At Mike. Pre-air ground, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, student pilot just off of runway 1 tree at Mike, requesting taxi to Byerly Aviation.
Skyhawk 64 Alpha, correction, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, PRA ground taxi to parking via Delta.
Taxi to parking via Delta, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha. Oh, we can do a checklist. So flaps up, strobes off, landing light off, taxi light on, pitot heat is off, mixture out just a little bit, trim, back to takeoff, and we're good to go.
All right.
Ready?
Yep. Good catch.
So she said taxi via Delta. We're looking for Delta, which is that way. I did not clear to the right and to the left.
Uh-oh.
That's my bad.
Good thing I looked.
Clear to the left, clear to the right, clear to take off.
I'm sorry, what?
Are you paying attention? Ooh.
I was debating whether or not to make a joke. And I decided it would not be appropriate.
Follow the line.
I caught the motion sickness on those last few landings.
Uh-oh. Is that why you got quiet?
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy. I was doing great.
Yeah, landings were good.
They're still a little hard, still got a flare of it later.
To be fair, I didn't really have to say anything.
I know I could do the landings better. I just, again, in practice. Like every time I feel like I'm about to start, I'm getting a hang of it. I feel like we have to end, so I just have to try and put it away for later.
Yeah. The Flares just been flaring a little too high, I think. Just a tad.
But hey, I did short field landings. That was pretty cool.
Short field landings?
Or maybe not short field, but smaller airfield landings. Sorry.
Oh, I see. The reason I clarify that is because one of the maneuvers that you're required to do for the check ride is a short field landing. And it's a specific landing. It's a specific landing.
10 degrees of flaps. That's all I know.
You have to land on the 1,000-footers plus 200 feet minus 0.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then you simulate max braking.
Sorry, 10 degrees takeoff. 10 degrees for takeoff from a short field takeoff.
That's
all I know.
Yep.
Someone left the door. Oh, he's on top of the plane. Okay. Like someone left the door open.
Short field landings are a lot of fun. There's also one called soft field landings.
Yeah, we got to do that too.
Which is for grass strips. Or gravel, or whatever you're landing on, snow.
Ooh, yummy. Is it from the jet engine?
Oh yeah. Best smell on earth.
Been tasting that for a while.
That's my student, and I'm willing to bet he's either calling me or he's calling the...
Your phone's not ringing.
I bet he's calling for fuel.
Oh, you can call them? I just walk in.
Yeah, you can call the Byerly front desk.
Nah, it feels so interpersonal. I just want to...
Yeah, I always walk in. I feel bad calling. Like I'm that lazy.
Citation 69er Tango Echo, PRA clearance, clear to Oscar Whiskey Bravo Airport as filed, maintain 5,000, expect flight level 230, 10 minutes after departure, departure frequency 125.8, squawk 1731.
Watch the wingtips.
Citation 69er Tango Echo, read back correct.
Good job, Citation. You're a winner.
Citation 69er Tango Echo, roger, runway 22, taxi via Alpha 4 Alpha.
If I could make a candle out of the smell of jet exhaust, I would.
Gross.
It's like a sweet smell. I don't know how to describe it.
It's not sweet. It tastes like pollution and...
No, it's... When it's my time to go, just lock me in a hangar with stinking jet fuel and burning. Like,
oh my god.
close the door on it. It'd be great. I like the smell. It's great.
Alright, let me get all the lights off, avionics off.